I'm excited to cast with you, ZKay.
It's gonna be fun. Man, game should be fun too. Tomathor,
Yes,
who's new,
yes.
who actually looks pretty decent from your stream.
Yes, he looks amazing, dude. 4 games in, it lasted like 13 minutes against Magicall. Are you kidding me?
I know, right?
That's like
That's exciting.
that's unheard of.
See, I want him to see him do like Santa and just send Dervish all over the place because he was doing that with you. And that was really cool to watch.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was. Watching Santa is good fun. It is good fun. Yeah. Alrighty then. on the ice team, and on the blue side, if my darn alt 4 would thank you. Tom is on the blue of the ice team, and Magicall, his teammate, his previous opponent, is with him as the teal player.
And in the bottom right, playing as Zal in the red shorts, it is Iremirror. And his partner, playing as orange, it is the Orzoom player, Yeti.
Yeti, who always likes taking the wrong third base. Make sure you keep that in mind whenever you play 2v2s with him.
That's the wrong third base?
So usually he would take, or no, usually you're supposed to take this one as your third base, you know? But he likes taking this one up here as his third base. It's really annoying.
That's interesting because then you have less points of defense to defend.
Yes.
But then it means there's an entrance to your... Well, yeah, because now you only have to take care of the right side and there's only 2 main paths.
Yes.
Instead of having the 4 paths to attack you. So there's a bit less to defend, but the entrance to the main is a bit more open, so you have to check that more.
And it makes coordination more difficult. So what we see a lot in 2v2s is we see the players kind of doing a 1v1. They stick to the, what I've seen is a lot of times that happen is each player sticks to their side of the map. Okay, they've got their own expansions on their side, and then they're vying for positioning with the person on the opposite side of their team. And occasionally, you know, you'll have an army move in, and there'll be 2 armies got together, you know, in the same spot, and they'll fight. But largely, both players will be just you know, doing a little 1v1, and the war of attrition can, you know, have an effect on which team as a whole will come out on top, you know? And this just screws, because that's how I play 2s. And it just screws with my head when Yeti goes ahead and takes a base off in the corner. And it's just like, why, please? I want my side. You stick to your side. Anyway, enough about Yeti's weird expansion. We see naturals from both sides.
Yeah, no, they're both going for an expansion place. That's pretty cool. We're going to see a macro game, no 1-base timings. Like we've seen from time to time, we just go like, oh, you know, I'm just going to make 12 ZKays and attack you, and hopefully you can defend, and sometimes they can't. But yeah, seems like they're both playing pretty like standard, as you said. They're just going for their slow expansion. Well, Magicall going for a bit of tech before expansion and going really... Magicall's doing his 340 bone canopy thing, 340 frums.
Is he? Oh no.
Oh, he is.
His poor opponents.
To be fair, his poor opponents faced this before. Like, Yuppie is one of the players that's played the most against Magicall. So if anyone can defend that, it should be Yuppie. But we'll see how it ends up, because, well, yeah, 340 frums, man.
Yeah, I've played against it. It's when you get the sinking feeling of not having any anti-air and 4 thrums fly into your main base. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah, well, generally the frums also attack the orange player, so it's going to be Yuppie that has to defend that. And yeah, okay, the frums are on the way already.
Yeah, they are. Here we are. This is so fast.
I wonder if Yuppie has any defenses yet.
He does have a reliquary. We could see some Zephyrs pop out real quick. They are going to get spotted by a passing Dervish and a couple Zentari, or not.
Yeah, no, there's only a Soul Foundry, and yeah, Yeti's in trouble. He's going to lose a few units. See how many runs. Gets one.
Reacts, and he doesn't. Magicall doesn't try and chase. He doesn't want to lose his thrums. He's just going.
But Iremirror is coming to defend. That's nice.
So they do
Save
have some anti-air.
Yeah, save your buddy, man. That's what you got to do.
We do see a Dervish in the natural of Magicall, and it does go down to a couple thrums and a couple units, but he did kill 3 symbiotes.
Maybe only 1. I'm not sure if it's fully upgraded.
Is it not?
But still. No, it's fully upgraded. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you killed 3, you're right.
At this point, it should be fully upgraded. I mean, it's Magicall.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Magical sometimes might just have a really precise build, like get his thrums out as soon as possible. So maybe he can get more faster if he like skips it. But then the thrums had been out for a while, so hard to say. Oh, absolvers, nice.
Yes, Tom loves his absolvers.
Oh, that's good. I haven't seen as much. I haven't seen as much absolvers since the last patch.
Yeah, they have been used a heck of a lot less with that nerf where their siege isn't just instantly available. I feel like people have been like, they're not as good as they used to be, so let's stop using them. But I think they still have a place.
Oh, look at that Bloodwell. He wants to heal his Thrums constantly. That's cool.
That's pretty big brain. Not gonna lie.
Also, since you mentioned Yeti not taking his normal third, well, that means that one's not going to be detected for a while.
Yeah. I mean, Yeti could be a normal person, which would amaze me, but he might, go ahead and take it.
That would go against the purpose of being Yeti, you know?
Yeah, that's true. We do see, so Samira did see it, so he's going to go ahead and get it, which is unfortunate, but I mean, the Thrums are doing their job. They just killed all the motes in the natural, or of Yeti's natural anyway, and he hasn't lost one yet, at least not in this group.
Yeah, just 5 of them. Wonder if he went for 6 or something.
He did lose a couple on the way here.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, we do see a flank from Mirror. Oh, nice. Magicall doesn't see it. Oh, he does see it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keeps them alive. There's a fight in the middle.
There is.
Absolver. Yeah. Don't attack the Absolver.
Absolvers are good. Yeti gets the PYRE, but was it worth it? 3 Absolvers and a bunch of Sipari show up, and he loses that Absolver and 1 Zentari. That's pretty rough. So now we see the Ice team both have taken third bases, and Team Fire has yet to do so. They've been trying to deal with this harass. They've been trying to be out on the map, and they just haven't gotten around to it yet. That's a little scary.
Look at Yeti's army value. Only 725. Like he has to be aiming for something right now. He has to be taking up. He lost a lot of mining from those Thrums, but
he's got a couple Fire Singers. That was a chunk of change considering the number of bases he's on.
Yeah, House the Fading Saint, so he might get a Dervish upgrade to go super fast.
He is going for a third base, which is what I would be doing at this point if I was in this position. We see a little bit of a squabble here. Mirror's Force is getting caught out and getting eaten up by Team Ice with the Absolver and Hunter combo.
Yeah, he needed to run, but instead lost all his Mass Hunters. Now Team Ice has a nice lead. A very decent lead, but Tomathor brand new to the game, already has the max army value. Well, the biggest army value here, so it's good for him.
It's very, very impressive. We do see a little bit of a poke here, some pressure from Yeti. He wants to be across the map because he kind of, I have a feeling he knows what kind of position they're in. He knows he needs to get something done, slow them down economically somehow, and his army can't stand up to the armies of both these players, but he can apply this pressure, and that's exactly what he does. He cancels a tower for some free
PYRE has to get away.
Yeah, the Howler is very expensive. You definitely want that to get away, and it does in fact get away.
Good. I was right there for him for a second. And Magicall just gets the PYRE there because he's been spending his PYRE well.
Yeah. The only one low on PYRE right now is Magicall at this point.
He must have put down more towers again.
We see a lot of ZKays from Mirror.
Yeah, ZKays are a good unit.
I think I kind of like that. Yeah, I mean they're much better now, and we see a crap ton of Absolvers from Tom. Holy crap!
Actually, ZKays might be a good, decent counter to like Absolvers as much as you can on the ground. Like they do extra damage against heavy, Absolvers do less damage against. Will do more damage against light units, so could be a good matchup.
We see Magicall going for that free unit comp once again. I expect to see some, what are they called?
Dread Sisters
coming out for those siege maws. We do see the Thrums poking around, staying alive, being annoying.
Staying alive, so long. Middle game. Okay. Well, Yeti's trying to find a foothold somewhere. He's just going to go up hills.
Absolvers? Sorry,
Absolvers. No, find Absolvers shooting at him or shoot them, actually.
Santa says Absolvers do bonus damage versus armored now, according to the reference sheet.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, and I made that reference sheet. Damn, okay. You're right. Look at Santa using my own data against me, man.
We do see a little bit of a squabble here in front of the third base of Magicall, but I don't think this army of Yeti can stand up to the massive force of Tom. On the other side of the map, we do see a big engagement from Magicall. He wants to get in here and try and get something happen, but between the Thrums and the ZKays, he pushes Magicall's army back. We do see the Hollowers getting caught out here, but they do survive.
Oh yeah, 3 Hollowers survived. That's decent. He lost at least 1, but he has more in the making. It's making as if for a Hallower army. A decent punch, but gotta be careful as they can't really retreat that well. Oh man, going for the fight here. Team Ice has a concave already. They're going for it. Really keep the concave. Dervish going around to try and get more surface here. And Fuse coming in for Team Teal. And the Absolvers already sieged up. Absolvers keep shooting, but then they have to scoot back before they get taken out. But Team Ice doesn't want to let it go. They keep jumping on top of it. Get a Howler. Jumping on the Howler, come on.
And Iremirror just stays behind, sacrifices their calls so the Hollowers can get away. And that is the right move. These Hollowers are so expensive. You really want to save those.
Yeah, most of the army for Iremirror is gone. His big ZKay ball of death is no more, but now Magical's trying to push alone. Not sure it's gonna do much, Tomathor.
Yeah, but honestly, they don't have to do much. Their economic position is so much better. They're both taking 4th bases on the other side of the map, while Yeti and Mirror are still stuck on their 3rds, you know?
Yeah, and Yeti took the 3rd you were talking about. He took one of the 3rds you were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Sharu now. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we see the shots on the ground. They brought down the HP of all those mass hunters.
Oh, nice Sharu shot on the Absolvers. Those standing targets are really easy for the Sharu to get at. These Hollowers are putting in work, man.
That's the whole thing. Hollowers are going to keep doing damage long because you don't jump on them. And yeah, Yuppie's doing that well.
We do see Team Fire here defending successfully for the time being, but they need to get on a 4th base if they want to stay in this game. If you look at the supply difference, Team Ice, well, actually Yeti. Yeti's got double Magicall supply. That's interesting. I mean, his army. Yeah. The thing about what's been going on here is Mirror has just been sacking his army, and he can do that. Yeah. He's been sacking his army and saving Yeti's high-tech army, and it's showing. I really like the teamwork here at Mirror. The teamwork between Mirror and Yeti is keeping them in this game.
Yeah, getting those Howlers so, like you said, it's a bit like StarCraft Protoss, right? You just want to keep your high-value army alive, and then you can sacrifice the rest. And what he's sacrificing instead of his own zealots is just Iremirror's units.
Yeah, and you can just remake those. Yeah.
Well, Iremirror has a decent army value now. Team Fire actually has a lead in army value.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what we're seeing is it seems like Team Fire is taking the better of the trades, despite their initial economic disadvantage.
And now Yeti's going for a counter flank on the 9 o'clock. Yeah, there's nothing there. Yeah, nothing there at all. It's going to take a while to get back. Not sure if it's going to be fast enough. Magical going in for a counter attack is his own, so you have to be worried, have to be careful, because Magical, if he gets stuck in that pocket, he might lose that army though.
Oh, yeah, we do see, yeah, he is running in there, like you said, and he is getting surrounded. He's gonna try and get the heck out of here, but the Sharu shots are coming out. Oh, big damage! There's a bunch of Sentinels coming. Is this Sentinels? I forget the name.
Yeah, Sentinels are coming in.
Sentinels come in. They do snipe a Sharu, which is nice, but that was a major loss of units from Magicall. And I don't know, man. With this counterattack in the south, I feel like Team Fire have the firepower to maybe win this game. Like, it's just the counterattack push. I don't know. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, they have a nice position here. They have the top of the ground, and Team Ice has to try and get up there if they want to defend this base. But is it worth it? Sentinels are going to snipe the right units. Getting those stars is so good.
Yes, there's no anti-air for Yeti. This is only downfall of this massive army.
Yeah, getting this base. Actually, they got both the bases. The Zephyrs that Yeti sent a while back on the left side.
The Zephyrs did so much work, dude. Ridiculously valuable Zephyrs there. I just like how the turntables, like what? This is looking like a Team Ice win, and then all of a sudden Team Fire is just out on top.
You know, I think that's what I love about Immortals. Like, you think someone's the lead, and it was just completely wrong, and it's great.
Big fight here. Behemoths are out. The Hollowers are moving behind all of Iremirror's units. The ability for a Jari has been used. We see a pillar coming down. The Hollowers are trying to move away, and that pillar is going to get sniped real quick. There's so many Behemoths. Where do those Behemoths come from? Magicall's just like, here you go, Behemoths. Printer go burr.
what a great composition. Getting a Sentinels for all that anti-air. Well, they're all focused down at this point, but that was nice composition. And the Castigators are here to help counter anything that comes up. But at the same time, Magicall going for the counterattack at the south.
Yep, he is gonna try and stop this base. There are a couple units nearby. There's also a couple
Those
of
the same
here.
Frums?
There probably are. There's no way he would have remade them. There's only 2, you know?
Yeah, okay. God damn.
Yeah, like the Magicall is just ridiculously valuable with these thrums. You could just hide them in the corner of a map and forget about them for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, I still have these, and then they're still effective, you know?
Yeah, unit differentiation is pretty good. That shot.
Followers are so good. Except when they are faced with an army face to face.
Or you know, a behemoth. And
oh my, this is a massive army. Remember that thing that I said about Team Fire looking like they were going to win this game? It's changed again.
Look at those howlers. They're going to take care of all the ground units, and then they just have to take care of the behemoths. Because those absolvers can't really jump on anything because they siege up.
Iremirror
But Iremirror has to be careful. Has to be careful with under the concave. There's also absolvers that are already sieged up. But nice counterattack though on the other side, so he can get his opponent's space, and Magicall won't have anything left besides that.
Yeti just has to defend this, which is difficult considering his army comp. Castigator Hollower is very fragile. It's very difficult to take a main engagement, and he does have Zentari, which is the right move. You really want a meat shield for all these high price units. Look at the number of absolvers from Tom. He's got so many absolvers. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. The counterattack was successful. Well, largely. He got that base down a lot, and he pulled back the forces of Magicall. And
just pulling back the forces was great. That's all he really needed to do at that point. Just get them to survive on their third and fourth bases. Magicall already has like a counterattack ready at the south wall, bringing his behemoths to trap this army. But Iremirror has been expanding on the right side at the same time, so he has to try and keep that. Ooh, the Red Seer's user ability. The Blood Play is going to bring those behemoths down to almost no HP.
Oh, they're very weak. Oh man, these could be sniped very easily if there was an army that were to come up with a bunch of castigators, maybe.
Come on, it's a juicy army.
Oh, Yeti doesn't know. It's okay.
There's a nice. It's okay. There's a nice defense here.
Yeah.
But I mean, their HP won't heal, right? They need to go to a tower, and the tower has been destroyed.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to heal them at this point. They need maybe a blood well, but Magicall also isn't mining too much. Iremirror is the only one really mining, and he's the one sacrificing his army over and over again.
Despite the fact that there's a lot of high-tech units going around, this has been a very scrappy game. Both teams have been really just whamming each other with blows left and right, and they're still alive and kicking, but it hasn't been a slow game, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, Magicall really wants to protect this vision. Iremirror wants to protect his base. They even see it now, and yeah, just gonna kiddos get all the Red Seers. Oh, that's an expensive loss.
We do see
and
both,
counterattack from Tom.
Both armies for Team Red are up here, Team Fire, excuse me, trying to defend this base. But then Tom's like, here, I shall take advantage, and moves up to the south. We're going to see a little bit of a sandwich here, potentially. All the Zentari have trapped the army of Yeti. Pillar comes down. Followers shoot their shot. And the Sipari start moving backwards, and this is going to be a big fight. This is going to be a big fight.
Oh, but look at the concave on Team Ice. Team Fire is trying to retreat back through it because they don't want to be faced with such a big concave, but the behemoths are still on HP. He's going to move back. Team Fire being very careful at this point as they don't want to engage in there. But Team Ice, it seems like Tomathor has lost most of his units, though.
Yeah, this is looking really rough for Team Fire now. Team Ice is kind of mostly, except for Tom. Well, so it seems that Tom and Mirror are the guys that keep sacking their armies, and Yeti and Magicall are the ones that are preserving in order to keep the game going. And we just see the cycle repeating of Tom and Mirror trying to reproduce their units, and then Magicall and Yeti never having to reproduce at all.
Oh, come on, Eric, you can do it. Oh, but there's so many units there that can block the Erics. Like,
he moves them away.
Oh, tries for the root, but misses them. Come on, Eric. You can get...
Nice. Almost all of the behemoths go down, all but 2, and both of them are very low health. That was worth. That was definitely worth, I feel.
Oh man, that splash damage, it's so much damage. All those behemoths, so low on HP, just took few shots and bam, destroyed.
On the back end, Thomas
Tomathor's kind of left.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm done replenishing all my units and not being able to do it super fast. I'm gonna expand. He's like, Magicall, good luck finding bases. I need these bases.
We're about the 19-minute mark, which is around the time where the main, the bastion, the natural are all mined out. The third is going to be mined out very soon. Look how much. Yeah, the third is also mined out. So yeah, you need extra base at this point. You need your fourth and fifth bases to be producing, or else you have nothing. We're at that point of the game. Yeah, dude. Magic only has his. Okay, he has 2 bases mining still. Magical is not too bad, but Iremirror is gonna lose one of his 2 remaining bases.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough loss. And Yeti's trying to take that base to down far in the south, but I don't know how successful he'll be able to defend that. We do see Yeti's massive army pushing forward, trying to get Tom out of position, and the Absolvers siege up, but it's not soon enough. He uses his ability to try and keep these units alive, but they're all going to go down, and that's Tom's army gone. If Yeti and Mirror can jump on Magicall's army, this could be a win for them, but they do have to act quickly because Tom has got a booming economy right now with all these bases. They need to take action as soon as they can.
Yeah, well, this game is often defined by the 2v1s, right? And we see at the top Iremirror trying to get set up. So they have a really nice setup for a flank if they want to go for it.
But they just don't know that his army is
there.
Retreat.
Yeah, they prefer to retreat. You see Iremirror also took the middle expansion. Those arrows. Those 4 arrows.
So we only see 2 behemoths left. It seems like Magicall isn't remaking them. There's a lot of anti-air out there. The Aerox and the Castigators are a pretty heavy investment from both players, so Magicall just wants to use that to his advantage and try and get as many hunters as he can. Speaking of hunters, there's a massive engage here happening in the center of the map. It's just Yeti versus Magicall, and it seems like Magicall is getting the better of this fight, but Mirror comes in out of nowhere, and now it's a 2v1. This is exactly what Team Fire needed, and Magicall decides to move away. As I say that, Caster Curse, he moves back in. Then he moves away and he calls GG. It seems like Team Fire has done it. They've got the better army. Tom hasn't been able to quite remake what he had, and that's it. That's gonna be it.
That was a good game. Man, both players back and forth constantly, lots of big engagements.
It was
at the end.
It wasn't a slow game, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well played for both teams. Both teams well done. That was that was back and forth every time. There's no way you could have said definitively at any point in that game until the very end, hey, this team is going to win. It was back and forth, left and right, and that's the best kind. Those are the best kinds of games.
Yeah, we get a lot of those actually in Immortal. Just because if you lose a fight, you can still remake your army, or you often can run away as there's not Zerglings surrounding you. So works pretty well. Santa Claus, does Focus Fire work again? Not quite.
I don't think it does, no.
What we have right now is the A move, and A move is a smart focus fire. So if the units are in range that unit, it'll focus fire that one, but won't move in to attack it. So basically, if you want to truly focus fire, you have to jump on it and then get all units in range, and then you can A move on it. And right click just doesn't work.